Abbatangelo. Steve asked me to be here, so I'm excited to be involved in politics still. And we're going to get started. First of all, thank the Rhythm Cafe for having us, allowing us to use their upstairs. They just use that everybody gets to use the microphone. So I'll make sure to do that. Sandstone Realty is a sponsor, as well as the Boulevard and Hall. At this time, our invocation will be done by Chaplain Dave Strockman for the Marine Corps, Las Vegas.
Thank you. If you'll all stand, please. Almighty Father, Creator of us all, give us the wisdom to do our best, to do what is right, and to protect our country and the things that we believe in. I'd like you to join me in the universal prayer of the Our Father. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. One more thing. Lord, you looked down on us and gave us the founding fathers, men who believed in you, believed in the dignity of man. May those here present who will be our leaders in the future, may they have the same beliefs and the same high moral standards. In your name, amen.
And at this time, please remain standing or do the Pledge of Allegiance. Understanding the flag is behind the channel. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And everybody may be seated. At this time, I'd like to introduce the panel members. We have Karen Steelman, the Auxiliary Director, for my part of that. Daphne Lee is present, she's here, and she's Director of Panda. Andre Haynes, Founder, Endeavor Media Group. Tom Blanchard, President of Veterans Real Estate. John Shoup, Las Vegas Metro Police Department. Melody Howard from the U.S. Army. Eric Morelli, Administrator. Alicia Green, Public Relations from March Times. Dr. Danielle Dupree, she's here, yes. Brian Bishant, U.S. Army. I'm not saying these names incorrectly. Jennifer Barrier, Political Fundraiser. And Jim Jonas, VIP Talk Show host. At this time, we'll get started. State Assembly District 29. One individual that they confirm is Amy Groves. And she's here. Also, I'd just like to remind the panel, and Steve has asked me to remind everybody, that this is an interview, not a debate. And the candidates are allowed their 1.5 minutes of introduction. Keep a stopwatch out. And panelists will be given 30 seconds to pose a question. I can go, either be flexible and go down the road, or if anybody has a question, let's just jump in. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Amy. Please use the microphone.
Hi, my name is Amy Groves. I'm running for Assembly District 29 in Henderson. Thank you for letting me come today and talk. Do you just want an introduction? I'm sorry, I can't see any of you.
This was a Metro trick.
So I'll just give you a little brief history on myself. I do live in Henderson. I own a small business. I'm in real estate and HOA management. My business has been around for 10 years now. I hire employees, we pay a lot of taxes, and we're just a part of our community. My husband, and I brought his favorite hat with me today, he is a retired Army soldier. We are very heavily involved in veterans issues. That's just been a part of our life for decades. So with that, any questions?
Any questions from the panel? Yeah, we can start with Melody.
Good afternoon, Ms. Groves. Melanie Howard. Thank you for attending our interview. My question is, what is the first bill draft that you intend to submit to the legislature?
I would like to see more disclosures from elected officials. That's where I would go, whether between how they're spending their money, what money they're getting in, what gifts they're getting. I would like to see everything be disclosed.
Amy, Jim Jonas, thank you for attending the interview today. We have some new economic numbers out, and our pool of available workers in the state of Nevada has jumped up 16,000 since December, with, in my opinion, very little action taken on behalf of the Nevada legislature. Don't you believe that the economy is basically reciprocal, and wouldn't it be best if government officials just stayed out of the way and let the economy recover on its own?
I absolutely believe that. I am desperately trying to hire more administrative staff for my company. The only people interviewing right now are coming in because their unemployment's running out. So if you give them 99 weeks or 26 weeks or pick your number, if everyone's waiting till their unemployment's running out to get a job, well, that's government interfering in a way that's making it worse for us to hire people.
Hi, Jennifer Barrier. So how do you plan to help veterans seek employment in the civilian job market?
It's as easy as giving them interview skills, giving them resume skills. We are known for hiring veterans in our company, and so many come in and they give me a resume that says, I'm an expert in munitions, I'm an expert in whatever it is that relates to military, yet the skills might relate to a civilian job, but they're telling me they know how to shoot guns. Well, we don't shoot guns in my company, so it's not a relevant skill, but yet they know skills that are very relevant. So I want to help people understand how to interview, how to answer the questions, and help people to see past just what you have written on that paper. And if the paper doesn't reflect the civilian component of it, let's show them how to do it. There's very easy ways we can get veterans back into the workforce. And there's so many organizations, military-wise, that they help get them back in. But I really think we need to go to the very basics when these guys are coming back, and ladies, excuse me. We need to help them understand that you got to do it different in the civilian world. You just got to change your wording.
Hi, I'm Alicia Green. Thank you for being here. As a small business owner, I'm sure this hits close to home for you. How do you feel, or what is your position on the margins tax?
I'm opposed. It's going to affect people in ways that we don't understand. That $1 million shelf, I keep hearing that it's an exemption, and it's not an exemption, it's a shelf. For all the small companies out there that strive to make $1 million in a year, the minute they make that million in first dollar, they owe $20,000 in taxes. That's not good for anyone. That is a job killer. There's no arguments on that. I'm absolutely opposed to it.
Hello, your website says you want to reduce state spending.
Yes.
What's your plan?
I would like to see the budget go back to the, maybe 04, 05, when we had the same population we do now. I literally want to see us go back to budget numbers that were okay years ago for the same population. And it's going to mean cuts. There's no other way around it, but we can't keep spending at the levels we're spending. We don't have the tax base for it.
Hi, Jonah. Thank you for coming. I truly believe that if you want something, you have to go get it. You have to work for it. Nothing is free in this world. What do you think about unemployment lasting 2 years?
I do not think it should last 2 years. I think to go back to the 24 weeks or 26 weeks that it was for decades, I believe that's the right number. I think 99 is too much. And as an employer who now gets to pay a bond for the whatever Sandoval just gave us for the unemployment insurance on top of what we pay, it's kind of ridiculous. It's too long.
Hello, Ms. Rose. Eric Morelli. I understand you're in the hot seat, so I know I've been there still. But what do you feel are the 3 biggest issues that are pressing in your district, and how do you plan to address them in the legislative session?
The number one issue I hear is taxes. Nobody wants tax increases. So I would take a stance of a tax reform, yes, increases, no. We do hear education, though it's not as big in my district as in others. But in my district, we do have homeschooling, and we do have folks that want vouchers. They want school choice. So we have to address that. We can't just let it keep going from session to session without it being addressed. And the third is going to go back to jobs. People still, they're underemployed, unemployed, folks have given up, and we need to get more jobs back here. We need to let people know it's okay. We have them. We're stable. We are a great place to live, and we can be stable.
Good afternoon. Many states are currently putting forth legislation that would block some of the practical effects of mass data collection by the NSA by refusing to provide material support or assist in any way or participate in the collection of a person's electronic data, metadata, or any federal agency unless the data is collected pursuant to a warrant that particularly describes the persons, places, or things to be searched or seized. Would you be supportive of such legislation to protect Fourth Amendment rights for Nevadans?
Yes. How do you elaborate on that?
Thanks for coming. Can you hear me?
A little bit.
Okay, there we go. I'd like to know, what is your position on legislation that handles HOAs?
There's good and bad out there. On one hand, the states mandate HOAs exist. Okay, so with that, then they start governing, and they don't always look at the unintended consequences. I think that some of these bills they put out in years past were very reactive, overreactive even. I think they can come back and do it better on some of these. Not going to say that they're not trying to protect people, because some of them are trying to protect, but so much of it that was done poorly are from board members or even managers that did it illegally to begin with. So we're on one hand trying to legislate things that are behavioral, that are hard to legislate. The other hand, it's overreaching. Okay, there is room for improvement, absolutely.
How you doing? Thanks for coming. Question based on your interpretation of the Second Amendment. What is your opinion on when the bill comes in front of the legislature regarding people with valid carry concealed weapons permits being allowed to carry a firearm on university campuses?
I am for it. To be honest, you know, we hear all these bad things in the world right now, and what, we can't go to the movie theaters without being afraid of getting shot. We can't go to colleges without getting shot. I think we have the right to protect ourselves. It's not the law-abiding citizens causing the damage. Okay. So I'd support it if I didn't say that. Sir.
Good afternoon. You talked about being against the margins tax or the education initiative, that's question 3 that's coming up. If it is voted down, there's going to be a lot of pressure on our legislature to try to fill that supposed void that we have in our funding for the state. And you talked about looking for some tax reform. Would you consider a sales tax on services, which is supposed to be a broad-based tax, be something that you'd be supportive of?
No, to just include a new tax for services, no, I wouldn't be supportive of that. That's not reform, that's an increase. So I wouldn't support it.
Hi, Amy, thanks for coming. I would like you to chat a little bit about immigration reform. I don't think anybody's asked you that yet.
Anything specific?
Yeah, your thoughts on it? How about school for undocumented illegal immigrants? Thoughts on that?
Well, we're just talking about the state issue on the schools. Our schools are for citizens and for those that are, you know, in process of being a citizen. I very much am not a fan of undocumented people being in our schools. When I went to school, I verified with this with my parents. We had to have birth certificates to go to school. I do support schools for citizens, or those, you know, that are on their pathway to it, just not undocumented.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions from the panel? Well, Amy, thank you for coming and appreciate your attendance today and thank you.
Great, thank